Welcome back, dear students. So in our today's video we will revise quadrilaterals. So students, we know about the quadrilateral. Consider one figure. Here we are having this figure ABCD, and if suppose this ABCD, these are the coplanar points, means they are not a collinear, and the line segment this AB, BC, CD and DA do not intersect except at their end points. Then the figure, which is made up of the four line segment, it is called as what? Quadrilateral. Here you can say the word quad. Quad represent the four, and here are the four vertices. So you can see here the four vertices are A, B, C and D. And this quadrilateral is going to be named by listing its vertices name. Like you can say this is a ABCD, or you can say this BCDA. Again you can read it ADCB. So you can name it like this, clockwise or anti-clockwise. Now we are having the line segments. So here we are having the line segments as AB line segment, BC line segment, CD and DA. So there are four line segment AB, BC, CD and DA. So these line segment we call it as a sides. Then again we are having angles. So friends, here we are having the four angles. You can write down angle DAB, this angle DAB. Again we are having angle ABC, then BCD, and we are having CDA. So these are the four angles. Again, if you join this AC, A and C, this is going to be its diagonal. If you join this point B and D, it's going to be its diagonal. So diagonal is such a line segment which join the two non-adjacent points. So a line segment joining two non-consecutive vertices, like A and C are here non-consecutive vertices. So here the diagonals are going to be AC and BD. So here this quad ABCD having a two diagonals AC and BD. Next we are having adjacent sides. So what are adjacent sides? So we see that the quadrilateral is going to have adjacent side if they have a common end point. Like you can see here AB and AD. These are the two adjacent sides. Again there is a pair of AB. This is AB and this BC. Again we are having BC and CD. So two sides of a quadrilateral are said to be adjacent side if they have a common end point. You can say if they have common end point. So like I will write an example here. This BC and CD. So these are two adjacent sides. In the same way we are having adjacent angles also. So what are adjacent angles now? So adjacent angle, again the two angles of a quadrilateral are said to be adjacent if they have a side of the two quadrilateral in common. Like you can see there here angle A and angle B are the adjacent one because they have side AB common. You can see angle A and angle B are adjacent here, for example. Why they are adjacent? Because they have a common side in between them. So here if you observe here, this angle A, this angle B, they have AB as a common side. Again we are having opposite angles. So if you want to know about the opposite angle, you can see they are simply not adjacent. The angles are said to be opposite if they are not adjacent. Like this angle A is adjacent to angle D, and similarly it is adjacent to B because they have this common arm in between them. But A and C are opposite angles. So you can say angle A and angle C are going to be opposite. In the same way B and angle D are the another pair. So B and angle D are also what? They are opposite. B and D and A and C. These are the pairs of opposite angles. Now we are having the angle sum property of a quadrilateral. So, if you take any one quadrilateral, suppose this is one quadrilateral I am going to draw here. This is A, B, C, D. This is one quadrilateral. So, I want to write down the angle sum property. So, just what I am going to do, suppose I am going to draw here one diagonal. So, draw this diagonal BD. And now you can observe that this quadrilateral is divided into chord ABCD is divided into two congruent triangle. So now here two congruent triangles are here, and we know that sum of the angles of each triangle is equal to 180 degree. And here we are having the such two triangles. So sum of the angles of a quadrilateral is equal to, we can write down the twice of 180, which is we get a 360 degree. So angle sum property says that the sum of the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. So this is going to be the angle sum property. The sum of the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree, which you can say the four right angles. You can say 4 into 90 degree, or you can say 4 right angles. Now we can see the interior and exterior of a quadrilateral. So suppose I want to write down the interior and exterior angles of a quadrilateral. So if you suppose there is a one figure, suppose these are one quadrilateral, so then you can say this is these are angles which are lie inside. Suppose I am given number 1, 2, 3 and 4. So these are interior angles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, these are the interior angles. And when these are simply the angles of the quadrilateral. But if these sides we are going to produce in this order, in this way, then the angles which are made here, or suppose this side you are going to extend, and this side we will extend, and this side we will extend. So the angles which are forming here, suppose this angle, again this one, and here. So these angles are going to be the exterior angles. Suppose you can give name X, Y, Z, A. So these angles are exterior angles. So we have the exterior angle sum property also. Exterior angle sum property. So let's consider that we'll give the name, let ABCD is a one such quadrilateral. We'll give the name, this is A, B and this is CD. So let ABCD is a one quadrilateral, and we have produced its side like this. So we know that the linear pair angle is there. For example, linear pair we know that the adjacent angle which have a one common arm in between them, and the two rays are opposite rays. So here you can see that, for example, this A and B are said to be linear pair angle, and the linear pair is 180 degree. The sum of linear pair A plus B is going to be 180 degree. So now if you notice here, this Y plus 1 is going to be 180 degree. Angle Y plus angle 1 is what? 180 degree. Again angle X plus angle 4 is 180 degree. Again Z plus angle 2 is 180 degree. And here also linear pair, angle A plus angle 3 is what? 180 degree. Now we will add these all angles. Add the angles on the both side. So now here if you observe, these all are linear pair angles. So now we are going to add here these RHS and LHS. So what we get, if we do addition here, we'll get angle X plus angle Y plus angle Z plus angle A. Is it when write in one bracket, and this angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 plus angle 4 in one bracket, and these all 180 plus 180 4 times. So if you notice, these all are going to be the exterior angles, and this 1 plus 2 plus 3, again we know that these are also interior angles. 1, 2, 3 and 4, these are interior angles, and interior angle sum is 360 degree, and this 184 times is going to be 720. So if we solve this equation, we'll get x plus y plus z plus a. It is going to 720 minus 360, so which again will get 360 degree. So angle x plus angle y plus angle z plus angle a is equal to 360 degree, which means that if the sides of the quadrilateral are produced in an order, then the sum of the 4 exterior angles, these are the 4 exterior angles, is going to be 360 degree. This is a proof. So now here it is one question: find the values of x, y, z in this diagram and give the reason. So if we see here, this is a one quadrilateral. So angle sum property of a quadrilateral. If we use the angle sum property of a quadrilateral, here we know that the 4 interior angle sum gives 360 degrees. So here 112 plus 70 plus this is going to be 90 degree plus x. So it will come 360 degree. So now here 112 plus 70 plus 90 will get a 272 plus x is equal to 360 degree. So x is equal to 360 minus 272. So we'll get x is equal to 88 degree. Now if you see here this diagram, here it is going to be the linear pair like this. This is a x and this is a z angle. So this is making a linear pair. So this is a linear pair, and we know that angle x plus angle z is equal to 180 degree, linear pair angles. X is 88 degrees, so we can get an angle z. Just simply take 180 minus 88. So here we have to just subtract 180 minus 88. So we'll get an angle z is equal to 92 degree. Now again if we see, this is also one of quadrilateral. So again by using angle sum property of a quadrilateral, you can write angle sum property of a quadrilateral. What we can write down here? This angle we need to find out. This is z we got 92 degree, this is 90, and this y we need to find out. And this, again if you notice here, this angle is a 70 degree. So its linear pair is going to be 110. So this is 70 and it's going to be 110. Reason is again linear pair angles. So here 110 plus y plus z plus 90. So I'll write 110 plus angle y plus angle z is 92 and again 90. It is going to be 360 degree. So now we need to add 110, 92 plus 90. So we'll get 292 plus angle y is equal to 360 degree. So angle y is going to be 360 minus 292. Just we need to subtract it. So after subtracting, we'll get here 68. So in this way we have got all the 3 angles by using the reasons are by using the linear pair and angle sum property of a quadrilateral. Here we have first found this quadrilateral angle sum property and we have found this x. Now x and z we have seen the linear pair, so by keeping the value of x we found z. And then here also we observed that the 70 is in linear pair with this angle, which is again 110 we got here. By subtracting 70 from 180, then we have found the angle y by using angle sum property in this quadrilateral. So in this way we have found this